Hey, beautiful people, welcome to October's Energy Insight and Medicine Story. So, here's a question we have for you. If October was a tarot card, what would it be? What a beautiful question. If October was a tarot card, what would it be? What comes to mind? What's stirring within your awareness? Now, for me, as I kind of lean into that question and I kind of feel where we are within time and place, we are on the edge of the darker part of the year. The days are drawing in, the nights are becoming longer. We've passed equinox, so we're tumbling now into the darker half of the year. Within that, there is a sense of invitation to go within, to slow down. That feels fucking impossible in the world that we live in. Yet, our natural rhythm and our natural tide is to slow down. You know, this is the thing. This modern world, even modern, this world is engineered to go against the grain of our natural rhythm and tide. You know, we are wanting to slow down. It's the natural order of things. We're just about to move into autumn. For those of you listening across the pond, moving into fall, there is this rhythm, this gear change that is so deeply wired within us that is completely interconnected with the natural world. We're not separate from it, even though we are absolutely being coerced to be pulled away from it. Okay, and if you're feeling, thank you, if you, beautiful nudge, if you're feeling the effect of those darker mornings and those longer nights beginning to just build in and drift in, then you want to celebrate that, because you are still feeling fucking human, and that absolutely is worth its weight in gold. So as I lean into what that card would be, I would say it would be the Death card, or even the Hermit card, because we are being invited to go within. And I feel that in a way the energies that are going to move through this month are going to really emphasize that. They're going to absolutely put some momentum and weight behind that, powerfully so. You know, so we're being invited to go within. So the Death card, the Hermit card, the death aspect, we're being asked to look at what needs composting, what needs shedding. Okay, look at the trees, they're about to just shed their leaves. We are interconnected with nature. We have that natural sense of wanting to declutter or starting to reflect as we go inward. And I cannot emphasize this enough. I've said it for so long, and I will continue always to say it, most definitely because of the energies that absolutely work through me, with me, and alongside me. Is if you look over my shoulder, you can see there Bridget and St. Lucy as well, but Bridget there behind me, and she's the goddess of the hearth, home and flame, the hearth within us. to come back home. I've always felt the importance of their teachings, her teaching especially, of how important it is to develop a sense of self. Okay, with a solid sense of self, we can traverse or begin to traverse and navigate these times. We know who we are and what we stand for and what's important to us. Okay, and you know, for the best part of all the years that I've done that work, that has been the constant thread to go within and to cultivate, to nourish, to nurture a sense of self, to come home. So I think of Bridget there over my shoulder, beautiful portraits over my shoulder. Her being the goddess of the hearth, resting beside your hearth side, listening to the flames, listening within. The goddess of home, self, and the goddess of the flame, the inner fire, the wisdom within. Right? There's so much there. Now, what's really interesting is that before I wove this video, I picked up the forest, golden forest oracle cards, and they were gifted to me a couple of weeks ago, and I was just gently looking through them, thinking about that first question: if October was a tarot card, what would it be? And there isn't a death card in the pack, and there isn't a hermit card in the pack, but this absolutely just jumped out at me, and as I'm talking, I can absolutely feel its message for this time. Okay, it is absolutely beautiful. It's the forest temple. Okay, absolutely carries the threads and the stories of the hermit card and also of the death card. Okay, there is the forest temple right in the heart of the forest, deep in the forest. Okay, and it's like the invitation is to take the journey deep into self, deep into the forest, and I can really feel now in real time that this winter, actually, because if you look at the keyword is enlightenment, there is going to be a huge sway of people within the collective going through an awakening. Okay, a huge awakening. It's like I can feel that really with momentum and force, that this winter is going to activate and initiate another huge sway of awakening within the collective. It's like we go into this winter as one set of people and we come out of it as another. It's like an initiation and a rite of passage. It's like going into the forest temple as one person, going through an initiation, an activation and a rite of passage, and leaving it as another. And without realizing, we are also going to be forced inwards. Okay, I can really feel that. It's like we're being really asked, and all that energy is just kind of pushing us into a place to really understand who we are, what matters to us, what we're about, what we hold dear, what is really important to us. I think the energies, or some of the energies that are bubbling, or some of the key words that are bubbling up, is balance and fairness. And I can feel that almost in a way taking center stage. It's almost like this month really does invite clarity around relationships, contracts, and commitments. I think those three words feel really powerful to me. So there's huge clarity around relationships, contracts, and commitments. Okay, it's almost like the energy of now is sharpening our perception. And if I look at as above, so below, we're moving into Scorpio. Mercury is moving into Scorpio, so it's sharpening that perception for us to read between the lines. And the invitation, like with Bridget, the invitation is to listen with your intuition, to listen with your deeper self. Okay, so looking at those things around us, so looking at our relationships, listening to our intuition, looking at our contracts, feeling our intuition and our commitments. Like, we are being asked to take stock, which is another thing that winter does. This time of the year, it's like we literally take stock. We would have done. Our ancestors would have literally taken stock. We're being asked to take stock around relationships, contracts, what we're agreeing to, what we're not, what we're contracted into, which kind of flows into relationships as well, and also our commitments, where our energy is going. You know, we live in a time where we're being pulled, engineered to be in 10 different places at once. Energy is being pulled in 1,000 different ways. So within that, by default, the gift within that, okay, because there is always a teaching, there's always medicine, there is always growth, there is always activation. The growth and the gift around that is, okay, so we're being pulled in 1,000 different ways. What's important? Okay, I'm just going to freaking boil it down to what is really important. Where's my energy going? Where do I want to place it? What am I committed to? What am I no longer committed to? Is my contract still valid, or do I want to just absolutely make that non-void and rip it up? Where am I within my relationships? And that has been an absolute fucking brutal theme at this time as well. Okay, so it does feel like perception is being sharpened to read between the lines, to understand where their time, energy and resources are going, and also what's been taken, what's been absolutely fucking well siphoned off. Okay, so it's so important to listen to this intuition and seek truth beyond appearances. Okay, to listen to our intuition and seek truth beyond appearances, looking behind. And I think that's the thing, as we are going to the forest temple, as we move into that silence and this collective awakening, it's like what was once hidden can no longer be. Okay, what was once hidden can no longer be. And that's an interesting micro and a macro level. I get it absolutely at the macro level. It's like everything is absolutely being seen for what it is. And there's layers of that. But a micro is you seeing maybe those things that you've been looking away from within yourself and with the relationships around you. It's like you can't not but see it now. These huge times. Huge times. So much just coming from one question and one card. Thing to do as we move into October is to try to give yourself time, to create time for self so you can hear your thoughts, Go for walks. Go for walks in amongst the trees, in amongst the leaves, to sit and drink your tea more slowly, to give yourself a little bit more time. Maybe go to bed a little bit earlier than you normally would, to sit in candlelight. Just try to cultivate some time around stillness and gentleness, so that you can hear what is percolating inside of you, and then try to have the courage to lean into it, to meet it, because my feeling is that this winter is going to be absolutely huge. It's going to be an initiation, an activation, and a rite of passage, but at the heart of it is seeing truth beyond appearances in every aspect of our lives, individually and collectively. As always, sending you all so much love.